Yo, we live? Yo, DJ Envy, is we live? Yeah, Nick, no, I'm just playing. What's good, yo? It's the joint with Ayatollah, man. Today, we gonna get into AEW, man. You know what I'm saying? AEW Dynamite, AEW remote, come on, AEW, come on, baby, sorry. AEW was last night. I didn't get a chance to watch it live. I watched it today. Um, and I got thoughts. I got thoughts, man. Um, let's just get into it. The beginning of the show was Swerve and coming out with Prince Nana, and Nana's doing the dance and the Swerve when I drive and all that. And the first thing I noticed on Dynamite is that my man ass was out. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying to look at another man's ass, but Prince Nana was sagging just a little bit too much. So the first thing I saw when I turned on AEW was Prince Nana ass, and I was like, "Look, this might be the direction of the show." And what I mean by that is meaning that this show might be ass. You know, um, first and foremost, I don't want to disrespect AEW, but they haven't really given me a lot to work with. Um, Forbidden Doors in a couple of weeks. Forbidden Doors in a couple of weeks, and they have been doing the best that they can to kind of get us excited for that show. They have been trying their best to promote Swerve and Osprey, which is going to be the main event of the show. Um, Clearly, we got MJF back. So they're trying to, highlight and focus on him for the show. But realistically, man, it didn't move me. These past 2 weeks of Dynamite have not been good. They have not been good to me. To me, right? I'm gonna speak on me. I'm gonna speak on me. They haven't been good to me. And with that being said, let's just talk about it. Swerve starts off the show with a promo. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. Right, the first couple of times we've had the show start off, Swerve has not been the focal point. Him being the focal point with the Elite was very, very refreshing. Right, my man CT, my tag team partner, he has been a big proponent of having Swerve be involved in AEW's biggest angle, which is the Elite versus AEW. CT has also been a big proponent and said that he wanted to see Swerve defend AEW against the Elite, right? He is the AEW champion, but by all the measures, he's the front facing guy of the company. He should have warranted a spot in this feud. So it started last night. Swerve came out, was cutting a promo, and he mentioned the Elite. He mentioned how they have won the tag team championships and have not defended them yet. As he was giving praise to his challenger, at Forbidden Door, Will Ospreay, who was going to be defending his international championship that night. So that's context to the matter. The Elite comes out, Matt, Nick, Okada, Jack Perry. Um, Okada calling that nigga a bitch was very much I'm like, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see Swerve and Okada. You know what I'm saying? Swerve and Okada would be crazy to me. You know what I mean? But the promo pretty much was All Elite setting up a pay-per-view that's not Forbidden Door, which I am very, again, perplexed about. Is Blood and Guts a pay-per-view? Is Blood and Guts a TV match? Um, is Blood and Guts anything important right now? Right? Like if we got a lot of moving pieces, we got Forbidden Door, we got TNT challengers, we got ladder match qualifying matches, we got again, we just have a lot of moving pieces to speak on Blood and Guts when that is not even on the radar right now. Kind of just convolutes a lot, but again, it's enhancing a storyline. It's enhancing the biggest story that they have on their television program as of right now. And so Matt and Nick, as the Elite, they have 4 members. Blood and Guts is usually 5-on-5, and so they came out and asked Swerve if he wanted to be with if he wanted to roll with the winners, RWTW. You know what I'm saying, roll with the winners, and they presented him with a champion. I mean, with they presented him with some sneakers. You know what I'm saying? What do they call it? The Young Buck Twos. They presented him with some Young Buck Twos. You know what I'm saying? And Swerve declined. Babyface. This is where the night turned for me, or the show turned for me. Okay. First and foremost, the Acclaim came out to save Swerve. No. No. Let me turn this fan off so everybody can hear what I said. No. The Acclaim coming out to assist Swerve did absolutely nothing for me. Nothing. It turned me away. It did. It turned me away. It turned me away, bro. Again, I'm trying to tell you, I didn't watch the show live. If I did, I would have turned the channel. You see what I'm saying? Like if I would have saw that live, I would have turned the channel. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I saw it on the replay and fast forwarded. I fast forwarded. It was not for me, bro. It wasn't. I was very disappointed. I was very, very disappointed. Very disappointed in that, man. And I know the Acclaim is over. I know the Acclaim is maybe this sets it up. Maybe I don't want to see Swerve associated with a mid-card act. Needs to be surrounded by main event talent. The Acclaim is not main event talent, bro. Max, Anthony, a badass. They aren't main event worthy, and that's frustrating, man. Then they double down as the Acclaim comes out to help. So now it's 4-on-4. They came, run the heels off. Christopher Daniels, who's the acting deputy commander director of AEW, he comes out and said, "Nope, we're not doing this. We're not having it. Matter of fact, we got a stacked show." With that being said, our first match of the night is about to happen right now, and it's going to be Jack Perry versus Dustin Rhodes. I love Dustin, honestly. You know, yeah, you talk shit. You know, we have Dustin's a great a great guy, great talent, fantastic lineage. He should not be my first match tonight. What is stopping me from changing the channel with Jack Perry and Dustin Rhodes as the first match? I just want to know at what point in time are we gonna have an honest conversation about the structure of the show? And the structure of the show is not conducive to having me stay and watch the show. I want to be engaged with AEW. I want to like what I watch. I don't want to be on here doing the whole bit of killing the company, killing the show, being that portion of the audience. I don't really want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. But I want to tell you right now, man, Jack Perry and Dustin Rhodes, Dustin needs to go to NXT. He needs to go to the house that Dusty built. He needs to be a coach. He needs to, I want that for Dustin. I want him to go back home. Go back to WWE. Go back to WWE. And ride off into the sunset. Like Carino, like Abyss, like Jamie Noble, Tenzai, who we talking about? Matt Bloom, like those, and also like let's be honest, outside of Steve Carino and Abyss, I don't think no other coach, Shane Helms, I don't think nobody has the accolades of Dustin, right? Like we're talking about back in the day, Dustin, WCW TV champion. He's going with Stunning Steve. He's the natural. You know what I'm saying? Also, we're talking about an Intercontinental champion here. We're talking about multiple time tag team champions here. We're talking about a person who leads segments, who leads angles, who is a part of the fabric of in the day and age of working and telling a story and engaging the audience without. I mean, let's be honest. He's the natural, but he was great at character work. You see what I'm saying? Like he was able to have amazing character development along his career, which allowed him to maturate himself into being along with the longevity that he has. I don't think him wrestling Jack Perry right now in a qualifying match because, hey, they tried to give the title to Jack Perry. Jack Perry was not losing that match to Dustin. And if Dustin won that match, who wanted to see Dustin in a ladder match? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't put him in a good spot. It doesn't put him in a good spot. Not to me. And that was the first thing that we saw. That was the first thing that we saw tonight. And I don't like it. It lost me. It lost me. All right. Second thing we saw, Roosh had a squash match that led to MJF. And I don't know what story they're trying to tell here between Roosh and MJF. It's not compelling to me either. MJF clearly needs a win coming back. Roosh clearly does not need to be involved with MJF if he's going to lose. Um, I like I like the Mexican presence that he presents. I like the he was ROH World Heavyweight Champion, and it doesn't present itself like that. And I don't know if being with MJF is going to highlight that. It might, but we don't know. I'm currently um I just I don't know. It's the second pull apart brawl that they've had. The second pull apart brawl they had in as many weeks. So we'll hopefully, the match will be good. At Forbidden Door. I don't know what the stakes will be. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm torn on that. I'm torn on that. Um, Next was a 6-man match. The Kingdom, um, Trip Beretta, Don Callis. Man, it's just a lot. Fletcher, Takeshita, Roderick Strong. It was a lot of things happening in that segment. It was Mark Briscoe, Kyle Raleigh, Orange Cassidy versus Kyle Fletcher, Roderick Strong, Takeshita, Konosuke Takeshita. The Kingdom came out, so it was just a lot of heels. I don't know, man. I think the only thing that I liked about this was Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander fighting. Right, I like the animosity between them two. Right now, Mark Briscoe being the ROH World Heavyweight Champion, I appreciate him being featured on AEW television, but I also want to see that evolve, man. I want to see I want to see ROH succeed, man. I like that I like that promotion a lot. I like the lineage of that promotion. I thought when Tony got a hold of it that he was going to do right by it. And I won't waste too much. I talked to my brother Chidi. He said he got some things that he want to say about AEW. I won't completely blow, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing on this, but I will say this, man. There was a ton of filler in this episode that in the grand scheme of things won't mean a thing. And unfortunately, I'm upset about that. Because we talking about right now how many things I just said I didn't care about off the top, right? I just said Jack Perry, Dustin Rhodes. I said the squash match for Rouge MJF, and then the 6-man tag. That's the first three. Not to mention, we also got the premier athletes versus Samoa Joe and Hook. I don't know, don't care what are they the new trio? Are they going after the trios championships? Is it going to be this badass group versus the Bang Bang Gang? Like I'm trying to figure out what we doing here. What is the alliance? What is the allegiance? You know what I'm saying? Taz really, Taz don't hide. That's my son, right? That's my son, man. Taz still don't know what's going on with Samoa Joe. And granted, he kind of gotta trust him because that's Samoa Joe, but he kind of like, man, if Samoa Joe fuck my son over, right? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. Samoa Joe Hook would have been kind of like a fire ass program when they had the ability to do that program. They just did a match. It wasn't a program, they did a match. So now, right now, he's involved with Hook, Samoa Joe Hook's involved with one another as teammates, as So I'm trying to figure out what that is. I want to know. I want to. I want to know. I want to be kind of excited about that, but because the Samoa Joe is Hook and a Shibata. I can't forget about Shibata, right? If we're talking about trio, Shibata's involved with that. Um, um, Mercedes Moné, our TBS champion. She wrestled in a match. Zusius, is that the name? I apologize if I am showing my ignorance here because it is ignorance, it's lack of knowledge. Okay. Um, I did not. Oh, good. I'm sorry. I'm watching the Indiana Fever play the Atlanta Dream. Also, because I am a fan of the WNBA, and the Indiana Fever has the most pontificated superstar of this time in Caitlin Clark. But I also am a fan of Aaliyah Boston, who was the number one pick 2 years ago, and also Indiana Fever lost a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter to be down one. So it's been a crazy fourth quarter since I hit start here. So you know what I'm saying? That's why my eyes is all over the place. Anyway, with that being said, the Mercedes and that damn finish. I need her to figure out another finisher. Everybody tries to take it. Everybody agrees to take it. Everybody is like, okay, girl, she can't get that fucking DDT. That's the whole move. On the joint, turn around, DDT, the move is impactful. It don't look good on television. It looks nonsensical. It looks like she's asking them to cooperate rather than just hitting her finisher. Right? If does that make sense? Right? A finisher is a finisher. I do it regardless if you whatever. It's like I need your assistance here. I need you to make it look right, and it never does. I want Mercedes to succeed as well. The match was also a predictable match. Very solid performance, of course. But it was a very predictable match. Uh, Great to have different talent be presented. Right, we have a great relationship with CMLL, AAA. The Mexican talent that has Japanese talent that has been presented in AEW has been fantastic. But again, I can't say that when we had last week when they had 4 Mexican wrestlers that I again can care less about. The performances were great. I don't have any entry point into why I should care. Right? I have no entry point into why I should think that this should matter. I have no entry point into this is going to be something that is worth anything other than a solid performance. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's just get to the main event. Osprey and Phoenix. I didn't even enjoy that because I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it. I know what Ray and Will are to one another. We've seen it in previous independent promotions. They have that choreographed spot where we do the whoop de whoop and the dipsy dop and all that. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look crisp. It didn't look like in the flow of the match. It was just like we're gonna do this no matter what. I don't want to nitpick. I didn't like the match. I didn't like the match. The only thing I liked was after the match, Swerve came out face to face with Will Ospreay. Said it doesn't look like that you can hold 2 worlds. And Ospreay took the title off of Swerve and put both titles on. Said, look pretty good to me. And Swerve, you know, kept it cute, right? He kept it cute. He kept it a friendly fade. He said, if it was anybody else, I'd push you in the grave for touching my title, for taking my title out my hand. So that builds up a little bit of animosity between the two, which I believe is very much needed in this particular feud because it's two baby faces. And because it's two baby faces, I need them to really, really, really go after what this means. Shout out to Swerve City Podcast. Shout out to Teasy. You know what I'm saying? They actually had Will Ospreay on the show, and this was discussed. This was discussed when Swerve had first won the championship. Ospreay was one of the first guests, and he was eyeing that title. He was looking at that title, which I think when we're talking about convoluted, as Swerve and Ospreay could be one of the biggest trilogies that they can do, this international championship is in the way. So hopefully we get Daniel Garcia, who had a match last week. I believe it was last week. Yes, it was last. No, it was this week. It was this week. Um, um, Him and Camaretto, Nick Camaretto. They had a match that whatever. But Garcia and Ospreay needs to happen to kind of get that title off of Ospreay, so this World Heavyweight Championship really has the wings that it needs. I'm sorry, guys. I have not been really intrigued or enthused or excited about AEW in the past 2 weeks. Last week's show, I had a kind of technical difficulties with the show. But this week's show, I'm just lackadaisical, or I feel indifferent, just because I feel that way. There's not a lot that I am excited about with what I'm being given. Again, like I said, Ospreay and Phoenix could have been even if it was a great match. Phoenix wasn't winning the championship, right? I need things to make me feel. Can it? Will it? Everything on the show was predictable. Everything on it. Jack Perry winning, Garcia winning, Ospreay winning, Mercedes Moné winning. Nothing on the show made me feel like I had to be there. So we'll discuss more on the pod this weekend, man. I've been on here about a half hour. I really haven't said much. Said a lot of words, but I haven't said much. So let me go ahead and get out of here before I keep repeating myself on stuff. It's a journey with Ayatollah, man. Peace.